That's very good to hear about. And what do you find the most beautiful thing about your families?
The most beautiful thing is having been open to the procreative love and looking at the gifts that he sent us. So looking at the children, and my husband and the children are, I would say, are the most beautiful thing.
And you, Teresa?
Yeah, it's in a nutshell just the love that we have for each other, and trying to communicate that to the children. Also that, you know, love is everything, and just having each and every one of them and saying, you know, wow, it's just God's gift, and there's the whole family retrospect of it, all of it. I mean, I can't even put it in words.
Mm-hmm. And
God made such a wonderful creation, so many intricacies, it was so large, you can't really comprehend it. So it's really exciting to see a child as he or she grows and develops, to see that light bulb go off and go and say, oh, that's how that works, or oh, I see how this goes together. So for me to sit back and watch them grow, maybe help them along a little bit, but then they learn it and they see God's creation and how it's played out. And they, you know, as they get to different ages, it has a different meaning. But just to see them come to a better understanding of His creation is really exciting for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you find it nice to pray with the children all in a group?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It brings them together. We have a time when we pray together. We pray the rosary after dinner, and we always try to get together for dinner. And then during the rosary, we have times when the kids will let them pray for certain things. We'll ask for their intentions, so we'll see what's on their mind. And they pray for the most beautiful things. They'll pray that for relatives to be closer to God, or to get to heaven, or for the health of a friend or someone who's sick in the parish. They just come up with amazing things in their intentions. So it fills me with love, and it helps me pray when I pray with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything she says, and I feel good just having the family together and sitting there for 20, 25 minutes and listening to what, like she says, comes out of their mouths, and it's amazing. I mean, they come up with things, like you said, that it's like, oh, I should have thought of that for other people that got hurt, or their friends, or someone who's having trouble, like, you know, in their faith, or you wanted someone in our family to be baptized. We have to pray hard for that. And sometimes it isn't easy, you know, because they have other things on their mind. They can't sit still. But for the most part, and they're learning, and it'll come. But just that they're together, that's a wonderful thing. You know, Mary's presence is in the room, and you know, that's when everything comes together. It's wonderful.
I think I found that as more and more children came along and they got older to the point where they could participate in prayer, obviously if they're infants it's a little difficult, but that my prayer life has deepened and been enriched. But you can't force somebody into doing that, so you have to lead them. You have to set the example. And it's a very nice break from the secular world. I mean, you work a job and you interact with people nonstop, and prayer and God, that's the last thing that you even think about, you know, when you're talking with somebody, or that they're thinking about. So when your prayer life deepens, you try to keep Him in perspective in all your interactions. And then when you can pray at night or as a family, it all kind of comes home. You get the sincerity and the simplicity of the children to bring back home what it's all about. It's kind of a nice refresher every day to say, oh.
That's really good. You know, I was reading, I think, The Secret of the Rosary by by Thomas or John Montfort.
Louis de Montfort. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, in that little booklet, there's a little chapter that says that the virtue of saying the prayers goes up as the square of the number of people participating. So in other words, if you say a rosary with 6 people, you're actually saying 36 times as much as if you were saying by yourself.
Yeah,
So that's one of the That's why I always try to say the rosary with a cluster of people. I figure I can suck off
That's right.
more power from that, because I certainly need it very much.
That's right.
Don't we all?
God bless it. So anyway, that's. I think that in a larger family, obviously, you have much more power in your prayer. And of course, patience. I think keeping patience is a great thing.
Oh, you grow. You grow. You're not born with. I wasn't born with patience, and I've grown considerably in the years that I've been raising the children in patience, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to grow in patience, because I enjoy the children more and more. So that's all. That's it. You grow.
And do you find patience is a thing that comes to you?
It's something that you really have to work on, because I think when I was younger and started a family, it was there, and then as more came, it kind of left a little bit, and then you start reevaluating. When you get older, you become wiser, I found. So with the younger of the 5 and 6, I found that I've gotten it back, because you lose it and then you regain it, because you have to readjust all the time with the amount of kids. It's so many different personalities, and you have to adjust with each one. How can I talk to this person without blowing it, because it's a dominoes effect. If you lose your temper, then it goes through the rest of the house. So you have to really, they look at you as an example, and you have to say, well, okay, let's calm down, let's talk about this, let's not fly off the handle. And yeah, it is. And God, I need His help a lot for that. And hopefully the kids will be noticing an improvement. But yeah, I need that, and I'm growing each time.
There's a natural learning there with the children. As each of the children in a large family, they have to learn patience. They have to learn that it's not only me. All too often, friends that have 1 or 2 children, sometimes they can wrap the parents around their finger. That doesn't happen in a large family. Everybody understands that the person that needs the time now is the one that gets it. It's not an equal distribution. It's not a democracy. So not everybody gets their half hour at a time, but the person that needs it today or this week. And as a parent, I found myself having to question, why was I impatient? What was I impatient about? Oh, I needed to be somewhere. Or, oh, I'm tired now. Just leave me alone. I want to read my paper. Was that really of importance as somebody wanting to talk to me? Or the child that goes and drops a glass or a crystal goblet and it shatters, and I'm really impatient with it because it's broken now, and you have to draw short and say, it's a thing. Is it, what's important here? Is the child, did they learn an issue that they shouldn't have taken too much they couldn't handle? Or do I get really upset and impatient because one of my precious things broke?
Well, thank you. Yes, I think that we'll now hear a little word from the Holy Father to the Knights of Columbus.
It is a pleasure to extend cordial greetings to the Knights of Columbus. Who is not aware of your outstanding history of charitable endeavors carried out in fruitful and fraternal collaboration? I wish to encourage you to remain steadfast in your love for Christ and in your many deserving efforts to defend and promote His saving message. Continue to stand up for the dignity and value of all human life, especially that of the unborn, the elderly, and the handicapped. Persevere in your support for the Christian family and for institutions of Catholic education. May the Knights of Columbus always be known for their earnest and persevering prayer. This is my hope for you and your families and for all those who are dear to you. May God bless you all.